This is preparing to go live, and it looks like we're live on Facebook. Awesome. Hello, everyone. If you're seeing us live stream, I am here with Kavita and Jean, and Kavita's waving. We have another virtual pool party that we're doing amongst each other, but also for you, and officially inviting you to meet us up close and to join us for half an hour of sparkles, energy, and inspiration to help you forward flow, get the forward flow for your business. And before I introduce Kavita and Jean, just a little bit more, I just want to give you the essence so you know if you're in the right place. So this is for you. If you are a world changer at heart, you feel called to bring your gifts to the world and play big. You feel you have this vision for your dream business, and maybe you have started it and it feels heavy, you feel stagnant, or maybe you're about to start it and you just don't know where, and you feel somehow heavy around your dream and around really expressing your gifts in the world with your dream business, then this is the place for you. Because Kavita and Jean and me, we're all about tuning into your full superpower, sparkle frequency, flow from the energy of play. And we really have amazing, awesome results happen in our lives because of that. And everything feels light and easy, and we're literally standing in universe magic, and we want you to have a piece of that too. So let me introduce, I'll start with Jean this time. So Jean Berry is an amazing lady who is an artist, intuitive artist. She has a super fascinating story of many years of finding her own intuition and soul connection. Her game, 100 Days of Miracles game, actually really helps you to amplify your intuition and hear your inner guidance for your dream business, to take easy, playful action every day. And this is how we met. So this is a quick glimpse of Jean. She's like the queen of fun and super powerful game creator. We actually create games for brand, Jean and I, to bring playfulness into your business and help you make your impact with a game and through the energy of fun. So that's the essence of Jean. Hi, Jean. And then Kavita, for those of you who haven't met Kavita yet, she's a soul sister, coach, colleague of mine. Like, we do so much together. Like, we truly have a great synergy as well in creating magic for our clients. So Kavita and I met through a big coaching program, Bill Barron actually, where we first we're students and play buddies, accountability buddies, and it really evolved into play big coaching that we now do for our clients, like always from a intuitive connection, really helping our clients to access their best guidance and shift all those things that are not really serving you and feeling heavy into fun and flow and ease. So do you both want to say hi real quick? Just anything you want to add that I forgot, or what's coming up to you? I want to give the word to you before I keep talking.
Well, thanks so much, Astrid. It's so much fun to do this and to gather together. Only once a week. I know it should be more than this, but today, Astrid and I worked with a client on creating a game, and I really realized it's totally about that. It's about how do you create magic for someone in their own business? How do you help them have more play, more joy, all those things? And that's why we're here. That's why we're together, is because it's truly about you and how we help you be more play, be more fun, and find ease and joy, and looking at those places where maybe you are stuck, and let's unstick it.
I like it. And I love that you're in front of your own actual pool, which is the whole essence, to create that pool feeling for all of you watching. Because Kavita and Jean and I, we're literally standing in that energy in everything we do. We literally refuse to do anything if we're not feeling like this. So if you want a piece of that cake, like join us, and you can actually join us live. We're going to have some live abundance play fun hot seats where you get to experience our coaching and sparkle fun. So you see the Zoom link in the Facebook live stream. If you feel inspired and brave to play big, hop on in and you can actually be live present with us and really benefit others. Kavita, I've been calling you in to say like hi, whatever you want to share.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Yes, Jean is totally rocking the pool, but we're also in that energy. So bringing that lightness and fun and play is it's one of the easiest ways to not only for your business, but as a way of life. And this is what we're really inviting you to do, because if it is that you can tap into this and make it part like breathing that naturally for you, then everything becomes very light for you, and it doesn't have to feel like you're walking around with the world on your shoulders. I mean, I'm sure we've all been there and we know what that feels like. And it doesn't have to, like, you know, we've been taught that you've got to earn your stripes and do all the things to show your worth, you know, like wear it as a badge of honor. These are my scars. No, it's really bad programming. It's an old paradigm, and that's what we're shifting here for you, and calling you in to play with the true essence of who you are. You are light. You're supposed to operate from a space of lightness. You know, that's natural, but we've learned to sort of undo that, right? And it's become heavy, and now you have a chance again to be reminded, and that's what we're doing. We're reminding each other to be in that space again and to light up the world.
Yes. Thank you both for saying hi. So I have a quick visual metaphor for all of you. I actually have like a sort of a cocktail here. It's non-alcoholic in this sense, but the topic today, we came up with it. That was kind of channeled when Kavita and I were talking. If your energy feels stagnant, it's almost like the pool is not moving, right? So you see these things are separated and it feels kind of like crap. And this is actually cranberry juice up here. It looks like crap and it feels like crap. I'm in that space, right? So this is cranberry juice, and if I left it, I wouldn't do anything about it. It feels sour and not very fun to drink. So I'm going to stir this up as a metaphor, because this is our intention for this call, that we help you to get into flow and to shake things up and to get out of the stagnant energy into feeling great and having a really tasty life. So that's my metaphor. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So I am not actually looking at Facebook because I'm like fully present. But if you watch this and you think of anybody who would benefit of this, please share it along. Invite your friends. We really have the intention to spread the energy and spread the word and change freaking human consciousness around this heaviness. That's our big intention, because we all have experienced the heaviness, and we found ways of accessing the lightness and ease. And what happened for us is literally life and world changing. Like so much bigger things happen. So we have a few things that we intuitively can play with, and I'll bounce the ball to Kavita and to Jean, and feel free to pipe up.
I'm just giving a big shout out to Tracy Mueller. Hey, Tracy, thank you for joining. You know, you can always comment in the chat as to whatever your takeaway is, or whatever question you want to ask us. You know, we're here to also play with you. So let us know what's happening in your world.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing people. You're always awesome. Kavita is like complimenting when we play together. Yeah, so we have several things that we can factually play with. And for some reason, I got inspired to share stories from our lives, like how we shifted from heaviness, from stagnant feeling to lightness. So we could share a story. At some point, I have Jean's game here that I would love to play with all of you for inspiration, so you can actually tangibly do something that can shift your world in an instant. So I want to like throw the ball in the air. Like, does anything come to you, Kavita or Jean, to start with? And we can take it from there.
Well, it's so interesting because having the pool flowing, and you can see it's flowing over like that. Mm-hmm. And, the truth is having a pool really requires that you take care of it, because if it's not flowing, it is stagnant and it gets nasty really, really fast. And so it started to make me think of, the times when I have been, especially in business, early days in business, where I would get into this flow where, you sit inside your head trying to make a decision about marketing. I'm like, okay, I need to decide about how to do this marketing. And it's only right here. Like, there's no flow right here. Like, turning around, right? There's no flow. And it was always hard. Like, that was just, it made business hard. Yes. And when I opened up to a community of people and said, oh, no, wait, I can work with people. I can find like-minded people in business and work together. That's like opening up the water flow. And when it's going, it's amazing how much easier it is to run a business than it was before, because I'm not sitting right here. Yeah.
I love that you bring that you opened up to actually help, ask for help, work with others, collaborate. That's a really great example of opening things up and getting that flow going, which is what we're doing here too, right? We're bouncing ideas off. And that, if I showed up by myself here, pool party, and I've actually done that before, it's not as fun and it's not as flowy and it's easy to get stuck. So thanks for sharing that, Jean. I love it. And we all have so much more, like many more examples. Like the intuitive part is like such a huge thing for all of us. But Kavita, did you have something come up, that a story or?
Yeah, and I'm thinking of our viewers too, who's catching this right now. Take a moment in your life and think about when you probably thought you were in flow, and you recognize maybe you called your flow hustle, right? Because you keep doing the things and you're like pedaling, but are you really creating that momentum? Are you going somewhere? And does it really need to be that hard? Like, if I don't do this thing, I'm not moving. Is that really flow? Because usually you need something to jumpstart that. Like, you will take an action, but then naturally you will have that momentum because you've put in a little extra energy at the first to push something off, but it also has its own rhythm. And when we can honor the rhythm of something that we're creating, we don't need to struggle so much. So is there something that's coming up in your life as you're watching this, when you think of that? So I'd love to hear what's coming up. You can share in the comments below. But that's what I'm getting. And I'm seeing Tracy, she's saying, thank you so much. A couple of concerns. I'm an empath and I have felt not as centered these days. Need help aligning again. Also wonder when I will find my new home. And the third question, I cared for a man named Matt. Is he playing with me or is he true? Okay, cool. So these are all things that can weigh you down. And thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing this, Tracy. Yes. So really appreciate that. The energies right now is super crazy. So I get it that a lot of people might be feeling a bit wonky, and not stable. So it's pretty good that you're recognizing where you are, but also what is the thing that's coming up to clear? That would be my first question, right? When you check in with yourself, like, when you're not aligned, usually you're asked to go a level deeper. So what is that? What is that new thing that is being birthed? It might feel uncomfortable, but if you're aware of what's coming up for you, what is the new awareness? What is the new position of power that you're being asked to step into? It really helps for you to handle all of this. And I love that, you're mentioning things about home, about being stable in your own energy, and of course, love. And it feels, even though it's three different aspects, it's all interconnected with the power that is birthing within. So that's what I'm feeling for you, Tracy. And I'll hand it over to Jean and Astrid. You guys, what's coming up for you?
Tracy, for me, you know, it actually feels very specifically about getting your feet on the ground. Like I don't know where you live in the world, but sometimes, especially if you live up north and it's been snowing or cold or that kind of thing, actually getting your feet into nature or getting moving in that way feels like a real important part for you. That if you truly get your feet on the ground, all the other things will start to really, really make sense for you, and your new home will actually like appear. Like you, that's a byproduct of all of that.
Yeah. I had a similar kind of inspiration from my coaching experience. It actually showed up in a coaching session I also got for myself this week, where we were talking about the different parts and nurturing our different parts. So if one part, like if I feel wonky, sometimes it is that I'm not giving myself enough nurturing. So the part, like my inner child especially, like needs a lot of free time. And this week I had an example where my inner queen was asking for, hey, I need half a day off or something, like really just like that playtime that we're all talking about. Like if we don't have any of that nurturing, and that can give you the grounding too, right? When I literally felt it in my body. Like I took Wednesday afternoon, like totally off, actually canceled with Jean. Poor Jean. I'm like, I need to stand on my queen. I took the afternoon off, and then I followed kind of my heart and say like, it let me guide, allowed myself to be guided where I felt called from my heart. And I went to the library. I picked up a book of fairy tales, a bunch of books of fairy tales and stuff. And then I took a really long nap, and it felt really awesome. And what happened for me is like, I almost felt like my heart was filling up from the inside. And I came back on Thursday, like fully of energy and like with new power, new inspiration. So yeah, I feel like the heart feeding our hearts and what our inner parts need, like just listening to that and asking ourselves like, well, what do I need, and what part needs something from me? You can just like run the gamut, like what parts do I have, and how does that part feel? Like how does my inner child feel? Like how does my CEO hat part feel, or whatever names you give your parts, and then see who needs something, and then do that for that part. So that's like one of my magic recipes that showed up. Like Tracy, if any of that resonates, like please leave comments. Like we'd love to hear. And if you feel inspired to actually jump on live, like just mentioning that again, you can use the Zoom link that you see there, and we will see you live, and we can actually shift something live on camera or just audio, however you feel, however much you feel to show up. So that option is there. So I feel inspired to actually play the game so that people have something to play with. Is that cool with you, Jean and Kavita, or did you have anything else? Okay, awesome. So let's put a twist on it because we're all creative. So we have those 3 card decks that you play with Jean's game to tap into your intuition, and normally you pull from 3 decks. I wonder, Jean, do you have any inspiration of something that how you want to play with your game today for this?
You know, topic? I would love to pull an angel card today.
Okay, nice.
For everyone. And the angel cards are about who you are being. What being you bring to everything that you're dealing with right now, and everything that you're doing, and to your highest intentions and highest desires. Nice. And so as Astrid shuffles them, I want everyone to imagine, even if you're listening to the replay, that we're going to pull the one that will really impact your day and really support you in everything that you're creating.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. So whoever feels called to speak up. Oh, Kavita, do you want to do it since Jean introduced the concept? You pick, tell me stop, and then whichever card is like highest, vertically speaking, I will take.
Stop.
Okay, vertically speaking, that means this one right here.
That one right there.
Love. Oh my gosh, this is perfect, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you be love, I want you to actually, you know, sometimes we automatically think that love lives in our heart, and it certainly lives there. But I'd like you to just for a moment say, I am love. Not I feel love or I'm giving love or anything else, but I am love. And when you are love, you're going to feel it spark somewhere in your body. And I want you to feel where something maybe shifts a little bit, or you feel a little movement or a spark or something like that in your body. So you start to get really used to feeling your being in your body. Where do you feel love happening? I totally feel it like in the center of my belly. I totally
Wow,
feel it there.
cool. Like for me, it's literally in my heart chest area. It's like that's just like super expansive right there. How about you, Kavita?
Yeah, it's my heart and my breathing. It's that whole.
Yeah, so this whole upper area here.
Yes. Yes.
So wherever you are feeling love, and for anyone watching where you're feeling love, I want you to expand it. Now I want you to expand that feeling so it grows all the way into your shoulders and all the organs in your body. I want you to expand it down your arms and it all the way into your fingers, and then expand it up your neck and into your head. And now you are love in your hips and your legs and your knees, your love in your calves and feet and all the way down to your toes. There is nothing in you now that isn't love. In fact, we're going to bump it out about a foot from you. And now you're in a big old bubble of love. What is possible for your challenges, for your possibilities from this space? This is the space I want you to ask your questions from being love.
That felt amazing. So you saw me, like I closed my eyes, and like if you watch the replay, like feel free to pause the video right now and really sit with that for a moment and follow Jean's beautiful mini visualization. Like for me, what happened was literally I literally felt that in my body, like, and it felt so powerful. So we'd love to hear if you want to share how this felt, what that did for you, and what came up for you. We'd love to hear. And like sharing is, it's not just for us, but it's also for you. If you put things out there, it integrates it a lot of times. And like I actually grow a lot, like celebrating like this happened and sharing it with the world. So this is part of soul-preneur inner growth, of sharing and being seen, right? Training that muscle. So there's all kinds of gems in there. And like what I want to quickly share like a story, and I'm going to start, and like maybe we can ping and say like, how has love helped us to get from stagnant energy to flow in our dream business? Like because this is the essence of what we're talking about, and this is such an incremental part. So let me see like what story I'm going to share. So okay, so this story for me it's basically literally the essence of what I found is that once I started to get connected to my spiritual journey and my intuitive higher wisdom, which leads to the heart and like allows me to step into my heart shine and really feeling what's aligned with me, what feels good in my body and my heart and is aligned with my soul calling. I trained that muscle. I opened up. I went on that journey, and that opened me up more and more, where now I lead my whole business, like all my decisions, like everything comes from that feeling of being love. And that is like, oh, that feels so expansive and amazing. So from that space, everything is possible. Anything is possible. Like things really shifted. Like I feel better. I like worry fell away, because worry is all fear-based, and scarcity is like there's like that's the flip side, right? Like love and fear. There's books around that too. It's like that literally shifted my world into a world of possibility. What story comes up for you, Kavita?
Yeah, so I'm inviting everybody who's catching this live or the replay just to share in the comments maybe what love feels to you. And if you had a chance to do the exercise, let us know where you're feeling love in your body initially, and then you can follow Jean's guidance to go through and expand that. If you already did it or you're catching the replay, just comment below. We'll always respond to the comments after the video, especially. So let us know. For the ones who show up live, of course, we'll be able to answer. And Tracy said she felt love in her throat chakra. So that's awesome. that's pretty powerful, right? That's your expression. So it's really important for you to express love.
Nice.
So yeah, and then I love Astrid's question about asking how love translates into your business and how that was for you. So in my story, what I got is, you said that I always recognized that I was in a space of recognizing that I first had to feel that frequency before I connect to anybody else. And so I didn't mind being rebellious to any of my coaches if they said, oh, but you've got to do this, or you've got to do this within this time frame. I'm like, no, wait, I've got to feel into my energy first, and then I can do the other part of it. So that was one of the things. It was really important for me to feel my frequency before taking any action.
Yeah, you know, actually, Kavita, that's kind of similar to what I was thinking of as well. And it was actually just last year that I was actually trying to write a sales page, and I was so shut down about it. I mean, it was hard. I was having a very hard time writing it, and I had hired this coach who actually I thought could help me write the sales page. That's why I hired her, right? Because she said, yeah, I do the sales page thing, of course. And yet what we ended up doing is knocking on the door of my heart and saying, who's there? You know, can you open up here? Because what I discovered is I truly wasn't living from that higher vibration of love. And when we opened that, what happened was, of course, it became very easy to write the sales page. And it was also attracting the heart people I wanted to work with.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's just so vitally key. I thought we were just writing a sales page. But what happened was I totally shifted into love. And then I could write a sales page. And I want to reply also then to Tracy, because she was asking a question specifically about a relationship. And so I want, Tracy, I really want you to be in that place of love. And I think you will know yourself. Like, we don't need to reflect back to you whether that's a good or bad or inside out relationship, right? You don't need that validation from us. You have it all. You simply need to touch your love, right? And get into the space of your own love. And I'm really excited to see then what opens up for you because of that.
That is so awesome. So I'm doing intuitive drawing as you're talking. I love that story, Jean. I want to validate how super powerful that story is, because like, haven't we all been in that space of like really trying to use a traditional system? It's like, I need a funnel, I need a sales page, I need to do a launch, blah, blah, blah. And then we went ahead and we worked our butts off, and it felt like crap, and nothing happened. That is that story. Oh my gosh! Like, yes, a lot of negative experience from that. So this is why we're doing all this, because we found it doesn't have to be like that. Kavita, did anything come up for you as I'm still doodling on my intuitive drawing?
I'm loving it you bringing this, because I'm like, wait a minute. So I knew that there was something more. Like, I know when I'm able to recognize when I've got to make that leap. And sometimes I find that even though I have a mentor and I hire people in different phases of my life, sometimes I do that inside out approach where they may say something like, this is the outcome you're reaching for, this is the plan. And I look at it and I'm like, I'm so glad that they brought the awareness of, you know, here it is, we have this thing to do. But then I check in for my inner game, my inner work, and I always take that approach first. Like, what is it in me that I want to shift first? And then I get into the coaching thing. So, hey, Anna, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yay! A brave soul who's jumping on live with us. I love it. Cool. Were you able to catch what we, like, when did you hop on?
You're muted, Anna. Hold on.
Oh, she's fine.
Oh.
Are you like okay to be unmuted, or I can unmute you?
Maybe you have
I'm unmuting you.
I was like talking. I said I just got home 2 minutes ago, and I hopped on 1 or 2 minutes ago. So I haven't caught the conversation, so I'm happy to just listen in the background.
Cool. Well, welcome to our pool party. Soak up the good vibes. Cool. So let me see what showed up in the intuitive drawing. We're talking about how shifting into our heart space and love. We pulled the card love, being love, and feeling being love, how that actually shifted our soulpreneur businesses in such impactful ways. And we had a bunch of stories that we just shared around that. So I did a drawing with the question, how can viewers get from stagnant to flow so they can grow their dream business with happy, fun, and love? That was my crazy question. So, ooh. Okay, so this is what came up. And that is so interesting. I picked everything blindly. Like you saw me, I wasn't looking down, so I didn't know what colors I picked, but they all have a meaning. So we have two colors that I picked the same color actually, and both are brown, which is really interesting because Tracy was talking about grounding, and brown is my color for grounding. And you know, as I'm speaking, I feel it has to do as well with connecting with the heart space and like landing, and that because when we're grounded, we're really connected to our heart. I feel there's some significance there in that as well, in the topic that we're talking. But like, I actually felt inspired to pick up a sticker, and here's a heart sticker that showed up. So a sparkle sticker and silver sparkles, that for me like stands for the energy of magic, of manifesting, and of unsuspected connections. So it's like feeling sparkly, I feel has to do with it too. So what I'm getting to the question then, and I'll open it up to whatever shows up for all of you with this, and you can ask yourself, because that's how intuitive drawings work. Like you see like, what kind of pops up in your head? Like as you see this, what meaning shows up for you, right? So for me, the question was like, how can you and we all get from stagnant to flow so we can grow our dream business with happiness, fun, and love, right? With this good feeling. So I got these two directions, like they have to do with grounding energy. And then there's this loopy sort of thing, which I feel like shaking things up. It's like when you think of water, like you have to like stir it up somehow, right? Like do whatever it takes to just like not just sit there. So sometimes we just like the silliest thing that we try to do when we're like not in flow is figure out, how do I get in flow? And then we keep thinking and we don't do anything to get in flow. We just think about it, right? Isn't that funny? Because we try to like use our ego mind, our conscious rational mind. How do I, and then we loop around in this situation, whereas we could do almost anything to shake things up. And it can be like, Anna is like, you're really great with your body, like you're like fitness trainer and health through the body. So even if you jump up and just wiggle it out, and Ellison is somebody, a coach that I know, who does that. She actually has shaking things. So it can be something as silly as that, like actually using your body to shake it up. So shaking things up. Do something to get your heart sparkly, and that will actually get you into flow. So does anything come up for all of you as you're watching this? Whoever wants to speak, go ahead.
Just for me, those circles, that's exactly what that felt like to me. That for me, that was movement. Because the easiest way to change your state is to change your body. And then that changes the hormones in your body. So that's absolutely the easiest way. And standing in the Superman pose is one way. Yeah. Dancing or jumping is another way to do that. Sometimes maybe somebody likes to take a walk in the woods. Yes. So there are many different ways to do that. So that for me, that's what that symbolizes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and you're like the queen of movement, Anna. Yes. You know, you're always about being practical and the energy there and then expanding it. So absolutely love that. What came from me as well is like you mentioned about stirring things up. And if it is that you're not aware of the things that are being stirred up or in front of you to clear or recreate or do something with, right? The universe shakes it up for you so that you can really see it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
go ahead, Jean.
So when you said do anything to get your heart sparkly, I think that's really the bottom line. What do you need to do to get your heart sparkly. One of them is movement. Absolutely. Movement is a fabulous catalyst. Creative things, play of any sort. Hanging out with us, like,
Yes.
we will sparkle your heart.
Yes. I love, that's a perfect segue. I love that you said that, Jean, because sometimes it's really hard to do that by yourself. We tried it so hard, and like it's like we don't have a mirror for ourselves. Sometimes we hear, ooh, there's some audio issue. Oh, Kavita, thank you. Some storm. It's almost like some shitstorms happening there. Yeah, you got to stay muted for a second, Kavita, because there's some crazy audio thing happening. I'm not sure what it is. So what I was saying is that we have literally like by reaching out to others to get a mirror, whether it's a friend or if you really want to get unstuck in your business, like it can really help you to get a coach who is a good fit for you, that feels that is seeing you and seeing your possibility and like makes you feel sparkly in your heart. I feel that can actually be the guiding beacon for you to see if a coach is good for you, is like if they light you up from the heart. That's like how I make all my choices these days. And one of my words is sparkly. So of course the sparkly heart had to show up, but maybe you have a different word. But like if it's this feel good factor or gut feeling, go with somebody like that who pulls that out of you and who sees your potential. And so Kavita and Jean, like we and Anna, you're a great coach too. You use body as like the access point of like really stepping into your amazing superpowers, right? So we all have our unique methodologies. Kavita and I do play big coaching together, where we help you like from an outside view to shift whatever doesn't feel sparkly, so you can go into this lighter mode where suddenly really big things happen, like clients out of the blue, when you don't even do anything, suddenly have dreams where you get the best answers and all those things. Anyway, so that brings me to wrapping it up, because we're like a bit over half an hour. The intention was to do about half an hour pool party. So we came together to inspire you all to not stay stagnant, to when you feel heavy in any sort of way, it doesn't have to be like that. Like literally anything in your business can shift into lightness. And if you feel you want to be part of that revolution, the Rush No More revolution, or we're actually going to do a retreat later this year, ping us, message us, make a comment, say yes. And you don't even have to know how, because that's just a mind question. Like we can help you shift those things. So we're open to answer questions in the chat, but also if you want to hop on a quick pick your brain call, if you want to meet us more, message us. You know where to find us. And please share this along with anybody who also needs more lightness in their business so they can truly soar, because that's what that will do. Does anything else come up for you, Kavita or Jean or Anna? Any closing words you want to give to the world to inspire people to find this play and lightness and impact from a place of fun?
For me, what works for me really good is to do things that really feels good. Sometimes it's not the hard work where we think that we have to push ourselves, but it's really doing the opposite. And for me, what I love is anything that feels yummy. That's my
that's your word, yes.
So anything that makes it feel yummy. Maybe sometimes it's eating something, talking with someone, relaxing, reading a book. Maybe it's something completely different, because that fills you up again, and then you have the new inspiration or energy to do the things that you should do to with your business stuff, right? So it's sometimes it may be the opposite of what you think in your head that you should do.
Yes. Ask yourself, how can this be yummy for you? I love it. Thank you, Anna. Kavita, you're smiling. Did you have something come up? Ooh, you know, your audio went out. I think you need to put it in the chat, actually. I'm only hearing, and we're not hearing you talk, unfortunately. No. I think
it's not better.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, yeah. I got a sign from my computer. My computer is being very chatty with me today. So it's talking, the message that came through was, because grounding is also showing up, and I'm glad that Tracy brought it up in the conversation, because everything is being a bit wonky at this time, to make that extra time to ground, because if not, sometimes you might feel like your life is being hijacked, you know, if you're not taking that time and that self-care to do that. So that's one of the things that came through. And the other one was with the playfulness. It can be simple, right? Like my little one was saying, 1, 2, 3, yes. Right? I mean, if you're going to step 4, then it's too hard. There.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know. So that was the other thing. My little one always comes in and gives these amazing little messages from time to time, and you all have seen that and witnessed it. It's so amazing.
Yes. And that's like when once you open up to this playfulness and this intuitive like curiosity, like learning more about that, then you'll see so much support all around you. Like literally when Kavita and I, when we do coaching or when I book her as my coach, like what she just described are all universe signs. Like her kids don't even hear what's going on in the conversation yet. They always bring the perfect examples and messages, or something shows up on TV that says exactly what we're talking about, or it's so cool. So the world is magical if you're curious and brave enough to look beyond and play. Jean, what did you want to bring us? Closing inspiration or statement?
You know, I just want to say play. You know, that is the whole deal. Oh, and you see my Razzle in the corner now.
He's so cute. He's looking at the pool. It's like, yeah, Mom, let's play.
Right, let's go swimming. And so it is just finding that little spot. And there's a lot of shutdown around play, and you know that it's not worthwhile or anything, but it's a miracle what happens in your business and your life when you take a little time and then just gradually start growing it.
Yeah. Yes. And we'll have more of those inspirations. We basically, for now, we feel inspired to do more of those pool parties, because our message is we're believing so strongly in this, that this, I say that this is the system of the future, like tapping into your playful, intuitive energy that gives you the best answers. Things suddenly feel light. And because you're in the higher frequency of manifesting, like if you're all familiar with Esther Hicks or law of attraction, like the whole energy thing, if you're in a heavy space, you're literally not manifesting crap. I'm sorry. That's just how it is, right? It's like when you're in a pissy mood and you go out and talk to somebody, they will not respond with something that they want to give you, right? Like it's that simple. So that's our work. Go ahead, Anna, you had something.
But you said it perfectly, because you said, well, you're not manifesting crap. Well, you are manifesting crap.
Oh, you are. Sorry. Thanks for catching that humor. I like it. Okay, I guess we'll close it with that. I think that's a perfect closing statement. If you want to say it, yeah, I'm not even going to say it again. Can't get any better. Okay, thank you so much for playing with us, and thank you, Anna, for joining. Jean and Kavita, truly appreciate you, and all of you watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment. Please share along. Like we're on a mission to sparkle up the world with this message, because the world needs it. We need positivity. The power is from there. We can create magic and miracles and abundance and bring our gifts to the world from that space. And it doesn't work any otherwise. Yeah, prove me wrong if you think different. At least you won't feel good any other way. So that's it. Happy weekend. Happy Sparkle Friday, everyone. And hope to see you in another one soon.